September monthly recap. I don't know about everybody else, but my September wasn't very exciting. I definitely underperformed, and I just want to go over some of the areas where I made mistakes because I'm happy enough that I made a few bucks, right? It's always a good thing when you can end the month green, but I gave a lot of money away on some foolish trades, and I want to highlight those. So just to go right into it, here is the broker statement, September 1 to September 30. The top portion shows the P&L from just trading stock. So I trade both, obviously, stock and options. Majority of the time I'm trading options, but every now and then I'll take some trades using stock if the spreads on the options are bad, or just I feel a little bit more comfortable trading stock because maybe they're pricey or whatnot. But here is the top portion, making $1,439 trading stock. Majority of that coming from my one Roku trade. And then when it comes to options, I ended up making $1,500. So on the month, I made $2,939. And it's kind of crazy because I just came from August where I had my best month ever, making almost $25,000. And then coming into September, I feel like I wanted to keep pushing. You see a huge number that you put together in a month, and then you want to put another big number together. And the market kind of changed, right? So in July and August, the market was in a pretty clean uptrend. Every now and then would have, a down day, but then it would quickly get bought back up. And then nice trending market where the momentum breakout trades had a high probability win rate. And then September got a little bit of a pullback, and we're more in consolidation phase. And that's when that momentum style trading and the breakout kind of trades that I like, they just don't work as often. So everything kind of changed. So I took that momentum breakout strategy that I was using, or that style, which I still use, but kind of with the same expectations, and I brought those to September. And I kind of struggled the first couple of weeks where it took a little bit for me to get used to the environment changing a bit. And then that's the reality of trading. So it's not just this linear thing where you have this strategy, apply the same exact thing, and you could just make money like an ATM. Doesn't happen like that. Every single day is changing. There are numerous different market environments, whether we're in a bullish uptrend, a bear market where things are trending down, or we're just consolidating in a tight range. And that's where we were in September, and the entries had to be really good. I kind of was getting away with sloppy entries in August. So coming into September, there was definitely some adjustment. Obviously still trading the same way, but just realizing that it's not as clean. So I have to get really good entries. And then I started to even get quicker with taking my profits. So I would get the move right away and just take it because I noticed that, there wasn't as much follow through. So the month of September for me, I was just kind of trying to figure out the market. And it took me a few weeks. And then towards the end of September, I went on a nice streak. But until that streak, I was just chopping around. I was trading Tesla a lot. And funny enough, some of the biggest losses that I had shorting Tesla on the short side, trying to catch a short because it lined up on the daily. I remember Tesla pulled in a little bit and then it was consolidating, and it had like two areas where Tesla had made lows on the daily. And I thought if we could break that area, maybe this could pull in a bit. So I gave it a shot a couple days in a row when it was weak. And look at these losses, $2,100, $1,800. And I think I traded the strikes a couple times. So it wasn't just like a one hit and then it was a big loss. It was like I tried it once, tried it twice, and then it added up to $2,100. I think the same thing with this, but $2,100, $1,800 loss, $1,500 loss. Every single one of these is on the short side of Tesla. Just giving it a shot, chasing it a little bit, because there's definitely opportunities in times of short Tesla. But the moment that move happens off the open, if you continue to chase, or I continue to chase, I usually get caught at like a double bottom, and then I have to get out real quick. And that's what happened with these. So I made $2,900, but it just goes to show that Had I not tried to short Tesla and just avoided trying to do that, I could have probably added another $4,000 or $5,000 on my P&L. There's a fine line in trading when it comes to making money and not making money. And even though I made some money, there was just a few mistakes, and this P&L could have been way better, way better. And then the other decent sized loss, this minus 1,800, came from me chasing Tesla. So this was a day where Tesla had pretty big uptrend, and it already had a big move. And I think I was kind of this was a couple weeks in. I was kind of frustrated at not being able to really get anything going. So I kind of just chased Tesla, and I got caught in a stuff move, and it pulled back, and I held a little bit longer than I should have. I make mistakes like everybody else. This was one of them, and I lost $1,800 on the long. So really, it was 1, 2, 3. It was 4, and I think within these there was a couple each trade. So it was probably about, call it 6 to 8 total trades on the month. That was the difference between, the 2,900 and possibly closer to like a $7,000 month. So that's how fine the line is. But that's just how it goes. That's trading. It's not easy. I'm human. I make mistakes. I always will make mistakes. It's just about trying to make those mistakes less moving forward. So that way I can be consistently profitable, but also just realizing that just because I have a huge month, 1 month, doesn't mean I'm going to make that exact same amount of money the next month. I think, a lot of people portray this image online just because it's easy to do so, that trading is this kind of like this linear thing that once you figure it out and once you make, $10, $15, $20,000 a month, that's sustainable. Not saying it isn't, but every now and then you're going to mess up. Like you're going to have months where you just didn't come to the market 100% every single day, maybe close, but you made some mistakes. The market environment changed a little bit, and it was tough to navigate those conditions, or maybe it took a little bit to adapt to them, and the performance may just not be there. Maybe there's some people who every single month they can do that, but I feel like the majority, that's just not the case. So, and this is a great example because I just came off my best month to arguably one of my lowest P&L months in a while. That's just the reality of it, or at least that's my reality. I think for a lot of people watching, that's your reality too, which is all right. And regardless how I feel, like September, I definitely underperformed. But what I'm going to do is just accept it, realize where I made my mistakes, understand that the current market is a little different, and I've adapted to it. It took a little bit, but just understanding that, changing the expectations and the strategy just a little bit, and then do my best to have hopefully a really good October. So that's a September recap. Not really happy with the outcome, but I'll appreciate the fact that I made a few bucks. Hopefully you had a better September than me and have an awesome October. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.